Relocating to Middle Tennessee, well, whether you're moving from out of state or just coming from a different part of the South, this is one of the biggest decisions you'll make. And while the Nashville area has a lot to offer, I've seen too many people make the same avoidable mistakes. So today we're talking about the 7 mistakes buyers and renters make when moving to Middle Tennessee and how to avoid them. We'll break down what I see every week as a real estate agent working with relocators, and I'll give you the behind the scenes advice most people don't hear until it's too late. So let's start with the big one, the commute. I talk about it almost every single week. Nashville traffic is deceptive. You look at the map and you see that something's only 18 miles away from downtown and assume it's just a breeze. But that 18 miles can take over an hour during peak times, especially if you're coming from a place like Murfreesboro, Mount Juliet, or Spring Hill. I-25 and I-65 are notorious, and it's not just rush hour. I mean, construction delays, school drop-off times, and weather can throw everything off. I mean, I've had clients who move into what they thought was their dream home, and then a month later they're calling me asking how soon they can sell because they're spending 3 hours a day in the car. Here's my tip. Do a trial commute. Literally drive from your potential new home to your job during your actual work hours. It's the only way to know what you're getting into. And if you're remote, make sure the home's layout and neighborhood fit your work from home lifestyle. I get this all the time. We want to be in Williamson County because the schools are great. And yes, the district as a whole is excellent, but school zones are everything. A home zone for Ravenwood might be 10 minutes away from the one zone for Centennial, and the difference in school rating, culture, and extracurriculars can be huge. And don't forget, rezoning happens. With the explosive growth we've seen in areas like Nolensville and Spring Hill, lines have shifted. That house zone for your dream school today might not be there next year. So do your homework. Check zoning maps, confirm with the district, and talk to locals if you can. I always help my clients double check this during the offer phase. Homeowner associations, they can be a blessing or a curse. I've seen neighborhoods where the HOA maintains beautiful common areas, organized events, and protects the home's value. But I've also seen neighborhoods where people are shocked to find out that they can't have a storage shed or even plant a garden without the HOA's permission. And yes, some HOAs do restrict rentals, so if your plan is to house hack or turn the place into a short-term rental later, that could be a deal breaker. So before you close, review every document, bylaws, financial statements, meeting minutes. If there's a Facebook group, scroll through. Look for signs of mismanagement, drama, or hidden fees and costs. Hey, we're gonna pause the video real quick, guys. If you have any thoughts on moving to the Middle Tennessee area, I would love to be your expert, your realtor of choice in the Middle Tennessee area. My contact information is going to be below. Now let's get back to the video. All right, everyone wants to be in the cool spots. And hey, I love East Nashville, the Nations, as much as anyone, but I've seen people stretch their budget to buy a home that needs $80,000 in work just to be livable because it's in the right zip code. That's fine if you're planning to stay long-term and can stomach the renovation, but if you're looking for appreciation or a safe investment, you need to understand price per square foot, turnover rates, and resale patterns for that neighborhood. You know, in my opinion, sometimes the better move is the neighborhood next to the hotspot where prices haven't peaked yet. I help my clients find those edge of growth pockets where you still get upside. Welcome to Middle Tennessee, where you can experience all 4 seasons in the same week. Weather here is unpredictable, and it matters for home buyers. Flooding is real in parts of Antioch, Madison, East Nashville, and sections of Bellevue. Tornadoes, while not frequent, have hit in recent years, especially east of downtown. And then there's the pollen. If you have allergies, spring will be a journey. The biggest mistake I see, buyers not checking flood zones. I mean, FEMA maps are publicly available, and flood insurance is actually surprisingly affordable in most cases. For our clients, we always run flood zone checks and roof age estimates before writing offers. So just make sure your agent is proactive about that too. This is probably the biggest mistake I see. I get it. People see a home they love and they just call the number on the sign, but that agent represents the seller, not you. And in Tennessee, dual agency is legal. which means the same person can technically represent both sides of a deal. That creates a ton of gray area and potential conflicts of interest. Listen, a buyer's agent is more than just a tour guide. They're your advocate, your researcher, and your negotiator. They'll dig into comps, uncover red flags, and protect your earnest money. And the best part, you don't pay them. The seller does. So don't go into one of the biggest financial decisions of your life unrepresented. Middle Tennessee is one of the fastest growing regions in the country, which means today's pasture is tomorrow's parking lot. I've seen people buy a peaceful cul-de-sac home and 6 months later, a new mixed-use development goes up across the street. That means more traffic, noise, and a very different neighborhood than what they signed up for. So ask your agent to pull zoning overlays, look up pending permits, Google the area's long-term development plan. And don't get me wrong, it's not about avoiding growth, it's about being prepared for it. And sometimes you can use that knowledge to buy smart, just ahead of the wave. Listen, Middle Tennessee is diverse. Politics, culture, religions, but each pocket has its own vibe. East Nashville is very different from Brentwood, and Columbia isn't Franklin. Some people move here expecting Southern hospitality and find a fast-paced transplant crowd. Others expect small town quiet and move into a booming suburb with constant construction. So spend time in the area before you move. Go to a coffee shop, check out a grocery store, drive through at 8 p.m. on a weekend or a weeknight. See if it feels like you, because appreciation is great, but feeling at home matters the most. Middle Tennessee is an incredible place to live, but moving here without doing your homework can lead to serious regret. These mistakes are avoidable. I mean, if you got the right info and the right guide. So in saying that, if you have any thoughts on moving to the Middle Tennessee area, do not hesitate to reach out to me. My number's right here, and my email is right here above. I would love to make this a stress-free move for you and your family. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week.